Welcome, everybody. This is the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting, June 5th, 2018 regular meeting, and it is past 6:45, and we'll start the citizen forum. But first, I want everybody to look at the bulletin board and rules of conduct, and it will be in effect. And the Sergeant of Arms is Eubanks and Carl, the same ones. So that being said, we'll start into the citizen forum. The first speaker is Deborah Hugan. Please come to the podium and state your name and your address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Hugan, and I was going to talk about something, but after watching the news this evening, I decided to just use my 3 minutes for everybody to have a moment of silence or prayer for all of our officers here in Laverne and in Rutherford County, in hopes that we never have to have a funeral like they did down in Dixon County. So if you don't mind, if everybody will just be silent, close their eyes, say a prayer for protection of our officers for about 3 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for that. Stay safe, officers.
Pass that down. So that ends the citizens forum, and we'll regain the regular meeting at 7 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start the Mayor and Aldermen's meeting, June 5th, 2018. This is the regular meeting. I call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. The prayers with Alderman Cole and the Pledge of Allegiance with Alderman Brown. Please stand for the prayer.
Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we just come to you today and we just ask that you impart wisdom upon all here in this room. We ask you to bless the city, bless its residents, and help us keep our hearts and our minds towards you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Place the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First on the agenda, we need to approve the minutes for May 1st, 2018 regular meeting. Need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing no nays, the minutes for May 1st, 2018 regular meeting is passed. That moves us down to number 2, department reports, fire department. Ricky?
Mayor, Alderman, for the month of May 2018, we got a total of 320 calls. Consisted of 2 structure fires, 33 fire alarms, 3 vehicle fires, 5 grass fires, 8 hazardous materials calls, 36 motor vehicle accidents, 213 medical calls, 6 canceled en route, 14 miscellaneous calls, 991 hydrants refurbished to date, and 3 fire inspections. Our average response time for the month was 3.46 minutes, and total water consumption was 13,000 gallons. Any questions?
Any questions for Ricky? Thank you, Chief. Moving up to Chief Mike Walker. Mike, do you know what today is?
Tuesday.
It's National Gingerbread Day.
Gingerbread.
National Gingerbread Day. And it also is Father's Day in Denmark.
Now, are you talking about the gingerbread man?
No, National Gingerbread Day.
The gingerbread man? You'll see the very simple charts. It just shows that for the year to date, January through May for the calendar year, we're down a little bit, about 1,100 calls for service, and those are total calls for service. That's everything. In the next slide. But for the month of May, you'll notice that we had an increase for that month in and of itself, so things have picked up a little bit. Next one. And it's really hard to see that. Hopefully you can see them a little better on your tablets, but that's the April, January through April Group A crimes that have been reported to Tybers. And you'll notice that there's a pretty good decrease in several of those. Now, some of that is a false decrease because we still had the issue with a little over 300 last year total that were duplicates in Tybers' database that they couldn't get rid of. They couldn't move them out for whatever reason, and told us we needed to go in, but it wouldn't let us in it to do it. So we've still got some of that showing, but there's still some actual decreases that are there, some real numbers. And I wouldn't want to take a guess, but I'd say the majority of our duplicates last year were prior to April, when we flipped the switch and went totally to our New World records management system. We all appreciate prayers. It's not just law enforcement, it's public safety as a whole. And we're seeing an increase across the board. So far there have been 60 plus law enforcement officers, deaths in the line of duty. And as of last night, there were 40 firefighters who had died in the line of duty this year. And I'm not sure about EMS because EMS doesn't track it and report it like fire and police do. But we appreciate the prayers of everybody, every day. But I would ask you, if you would, to continue remembering Sergeant Daniel Baker's family, young man who had served our great country as a Marine and served for the last decade as a Dixon County deputy. And I was actually helping last week doing 2 debriefings with the Rutherford County SO as a result of the 2 murder-suicides and then a child death that should not have occurred. And that's when we heard about Sergeant Baker's murder. So keep his family in your thoughts and prayers, and that's his blood family and his blue family too, please, and all those in the community who knew him. And then this afternoon, I found out that Detective Stephen Hale's mother was rushed over to Stonecrest and is very critically ill right now. They're not real sure what's going on, but she's in ICUs. And Stephen also doubles as a Stonecrest chaplain as a volunteer time. So if you would, please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Put you down to codes, Randolph Sawyers.
Evening, Mayor, Alderman. The monthly May 2018 monthly report. Last month we issued 34 single-family dwellings at some value of $6.5 million. There were 6 commercial projects we issued permits for. There were 15 miscellaneous permits. Signs were 1, grading was 1. Others to include additions and remodels, there were 3. Mobile homes, there were 4. 6 commercial plan reviews. There was a total of 64 permits issued last month at a sum value of $9.8 million. Plumbing permits on the month, there were 34 single family, and there were 6 commercial. Mechanical, there were 34 single family and 6 commercial. Complaints for the month were 181 tall grass, 42 junk cars in the yard, 58 others. There were 520 building permits issued, or inspections issued last month, conducted. The impact fees year-to-date totals are $187,162 for roads, $51,000 for parks, $21,701 for the police department. Monthly revenue with impact fees are $454,385,000 for the year-to-date totals. Single-family permits issued year-to-date have been 159. Same time period last year there was 101. Total number of permits this year-to-date have been 275. Any questions?
Thank you, Randolph. And that puts us down to Park and Rec, AC.
Mayor, Alderman, good evening. There are numbers for the month. We're coming into our busy time of the year, and we got a lot of stuff going on top of all the mowing and stuff that goes as normal anyway. We got in June, we have Parks and Rec Advisory meeting on June 18th at 6, and then a Greenway at 7, and then June 21st is a Senior Advisory at 4. June 23rd is a Historical Preservation Celebration. We're going to be holding that right here at City Hall, out next to City Hall on the grass, and we'll have beans and face painting and all kind of festivities for anybody that wants to come by, and we'll hold that from 11 to 3. I think Pastor Randy's bringing his guitar, and Mayor, you're still going to bring your banjo, ain't you? All right.
I got a 1-string banjo.
Okay. So anyway, we'll do that, and so that'll be fun to watch. We got in June we have a music in the park. Jessica Nixon is going to come. She'll be there about 6:30. Of course, we have our 4th of July festivities set up, and then July 22nd we have a movie in the park, and that is still yet to be determined. So that's what I got. Any questions?
My banjo's all strings is broke except one, and I talked to Mr. Smart over on Taylor Drive, and he's supposed to fix it between now and then.
Well, you got some time.
AC,
Yeah.
real quick, for people who are interested in bricks for the Veterans Wall,
Yeah.
tell them how they can get that.
They can call to the Parks office and talk to Laura, who will set them up with it. And also, there's a link on the city page so that they can go online and fill the form out online and submit it that way. And they can pay right through the Parks office as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you, AC, and that puts you down to Finance, Phyllis.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Alderman. This month's report is year-to-date through the end of April. We're getting close to year-end. We've already had our first visit from the auditors last week. They did their preliminary work, and then they'll be back couple more times, a day here and there, and then they'll be back in August to do the final audit work, and then they'll do the schedules shortly thereafter. For year-to-date for the general fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $2 million. We've collected approximately $6.5 million in sales tax, which is $1,079,000 better than what we budgeted for this time of the year, and it's $396,000 better than prior year. State street aid revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $448,000. In stormwater, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $259,000. And in our water sewer fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $1.9 million. Second page represents our balances in our various bank accounts. And the third page represents a comparison to prior year. With the general fund, our revenues are up about $299,000. Expenditures are up about $2.2 million. And that's mostly due to some of the expenses we pulled forward and health insurance increases and, of course, the fire truck. So that's the reason for the increase in expenses. Water sewer fund, revenues are down about 105, expenses are up about 802, and tap fees are also down about 319,000. Any questions?
Thank you, Phyllis. And that puts it down to water treatment plant, Dwayne Lowry.
Good evening, Mayor and Alderman. For the month of May, we treated 112.511 million gallons of water, delivered 99.46 million gallons. That's average about 3.2 million gallons to the community. On May 15th and on May 23rd, TDEC was on site doing their sanitary survey, so we should be expecting those results sometime here in June. We've had some personnel turnover, and we've had some new hires. So we were down 3 positions, one of them being a project manager, 2 maintenance positions. We've offered 2 people the maintenance positions. One starts Monday, the next guy starts in July, and the project manager is still in the search of. Mr. Bob Bolcock from Integrated Resources Management was on site on May 30th. We met with him here, took a tour of the facility. He's going to present some recommendations that we can see from there. Percy Priest Lake, 0.2 feet below pool. You need to add some water, Mayor. It's a little low. But everything else is going well there. And we've done 227 preventive corrective maintenance work orders, and the plant's running pretty smooth. Any questions?
June 29th is supposed to be the 50th anniversary of the Jay's Percy Priest Lake. You know what June 29th really is? It's my birthday.
Well, happy early birthday.
But June 29th is the 50th anniversary of the opening of J. Percy Priest Lake. It was opened June 29th, 1968, with President Lyndon B. Johnson there. I live pretty close, and we walked from the house I lived at to the dam down there. The time we got there, the president done left. It was just the after effects. but appreciate it.
I thank you.
Good job. And that puts us down to Garland, Public Works Director. Not Director, Public Works Department.
There you go. Good afternoon, Mayor and Alderman. This is for the month of May 2018. We had 66 calls for requests for pickup brush. We picked up 867 with 63 loads at 189,600 pounds for the month. 89 work orders. In the fleet department, we had 35 vehicle repairs, 32 in the shop, 2 outsourced, with 29 oil changes, tires, brakes, and 14 equipment repairs. Any questions?
Thank you, Garland. Puts us down to utility, Michael.
Mayor Alderman, good afternoon. For the month of May 2018, Water Department had a total of 182 work orders, had 2 mainline repairs, 15 service line repairs. Valves inspected for the month was 165, performed 21 cleanups. Our estimated gallons of water not sold was 220,880, 45 and a half hours overtime. The meter department, we had a total of 455 work orders. Our new meter sets was 25, industrial meter swaps was 2, Residential meters was 482, listened to 19.415, or 41 miles of pipe. Listened to 1,741 meters, answered 317 Tennessee 1 calls. Our customer requests for meters to be tested was 14 for the month, with a total of 16 overtime. The sewer department, total work orders was 152. As always, service calls was 102, pump stations 50. Our grinder pump inspections for the month was 6. Inspected 49 manholes. Our grinder pump rebuilds was 6, with a total of 44 hours overtime.
Thank you, Michael.
Any questions?
That puts us down to
Thanks,
human
sir.
resource. Cheryl?
Good evening, Mayor and Aldermen. Here is the Human Resource Report for this month. We had 2 external jobs posted, 13 jobs year-to-date, 51 applicants for the month, and 142 year-to-date. 1 employee resignation, 0 terminations year-to-date. 2 workers' compensation claims, 100 care here appointments, 5 no-shows. There are 373 lives covered. 4 HRAs were conducted for a grand total of $240,816. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Cheryl. Good job. You've been real busy.
Thank you.
That puts us down to the library. Donna, Miss Donna, is she here?
She just walked in.
Here comes somebody. Elvis has entered the building.
Right. Hello, hello, hello. Well, how many of you know who I am? Woo! Who said that? All right. You get a tattoo. Good evening, Mayor and Alderman, and all of our wonderful rock and roll fans. Good to see you tonight. I am Joan Jett, and I am on tour. In fact, I'm going to be in Nashville on June the 12th at the Ascend Amphitheater. So Miss Donna, she told me that we're doing the library's rock thing, so she invited me down to the library. Sorry, I'm a little nervous tonight. So I'm really excited about the summer reading theme, the library's rock. Now, Donna let me gladly fill in. You know how shy she is, and she's very timid. So I'm trying to get her to loosen up a little bit. But on to what we need to talk about tonight. I'm going to toss out a few numbers to you. The attendance for May in the library was 5,426. Now, man, I could rock out with an audience that size, don't you think? There were 2,255 computer users. Now, I wonder how many of those, if we went back to the search history, Glenn, would show us that they Googled me from the library. And looking at the number of outreach to school kids, it was 1,585 in the month of May. Now, probably some of those kids will be at my concert. Wait, no. Maybe some of those parents will be at my concert. No, wait. Maybe some of those grandparents will be at my concert. So that would be great. Well, I took a few minutes while I was at the library to take a few pictures. So, Glenn, take it away. This is our theme, Libraries Rock. And let me tell you, that staff over there, they are rocking this summer. When you walk into our front entrance, you see this display by our Facebook guru. This is Toya. Check out, I'm with the band for band books. Awesome display. This is our circulation desk. Doesn't look like a lot of library circulation desks. These are paintings by our crafty canvas instructor, Carol. These are some of our children's programs that's going on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also have some going on Wednesdays. Then if you notice, the libraries rock out on Saturdays also. Now, day 4 of summer reading, the children get to write their name on an instrument and tape it on the brick wall. This was just day 4. Look at all those names covering the bricks. And this is a hand-painted sign above our teen room door by our YA coordinator, Ashley. Talented staff. I love this. You guys have got to come by. This is our rock and roll vintage poster display in the teen room by YA coordinator, Tristan. He loved it so much, it's part 2 of the rock and roll vintage poster display in teen room by YA coordinator, Tristan. All right, as you can see, Donna and her staff are going to be rocking out from June 1st all the way through July 28th. They've got the minor chords, which is birth to 2-year-olds, kids rock, ages 3 to 12-year-olds, teen rocks, middle and high schoolers, and rock on. Yeah, baby, that's us. 18 years to 99 plus. So I want to make sure you all come out to the Laverne Public Library. Probably won't be there because I do have that concert and I'll have to go take a nap after that, a very long nap, because just found out today Donna and I are the same age. All right. Are there any questions? None? All right. Well, rock on.
Thank you. That puts us down to the old business. Number 3, second reading ordinance 2018-12, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year of 2017-2018 senior citizen fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Need a second.
A second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. I say aye. Ordinance 2018-12 passes. Number 4. First reading ordinance 2018-13, an ordinance of the City of Laverne, Tennessee to adopt an annual budget and tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2019. Need a motion to approve it or not?
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second. Second. Alderman Jones. Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
I say no. First reading ordinance 2018-13 passes 3-1. Down to number 5. Resolution 2018-10, a resolution to support the commit to fund a safe room. Need a motion to approve this resolution or deny it?
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. Aye. Alderman Cole.
Aye.
I say aye. Resolution 2018-10 passes. We're down to number 6. A motion to approve or reject a settlement offer from the Stacy Thompson lawsuit. Need a motion to, hold on a minute. Do we need?
Mayor, if you don't mind, yeah, we need to have the agreement for the board to actually vote on if there's going to be a vote.
Okay.
I would defer to, if you don't mind.
Do you want to call the, a motion to approve or deny first?
Well, yes, sir, I think we should probably wait on that. Yes, sir.
We need a motion to approve or deny.
He said wait on it.
Oh, wait on it?
Well, I think we need to see the actual agreement so that
Okay.
people can, so I defer to Bob Burns, who has represented the city in this lawsuit.
Mayor Alderman Meetings, this is a proposal to settle the Stace Thompson lawsuit that's been pending for the past couple of years against the city. This is related to Mr. Thompson's termination from his employment with the city back in March of 2011. Previously, you voted to approve the amount of the city contribution to the total sum of $118,000. Of that amount, the city would be obligated to pay $95,000.
The city's insurance liability carrier, TML, has agreed to put in $23,000 of the amount of $118,000. This all came about, for the record, from a mediation that Mr. Cope and I attended on behalf of the city. We reached an agreement in principle with Mr. Thompson for the payment of this amount, but we had some further negotiations related to the actual terminology. And as I understand, meeting last month, there was a vote that resulted in a 2-2 tie, so there was no vote, no approval per se of these terms. Before you, though, tonight is consideration of the actual language of the settlement terms. And I guess with Mr. Cope's direction, I don't know if this becomes an exhibit or if it is put up. I'd like to read this, what I think is the most relevant parts, into the record.
Yes, sir. I think that'd be,
okay.
yeah.
The terms of the mutual settlement agreement and release, it's approximately 2.5 pages long. But the most relevant and probably the most important terms for the city's consideration under subsection 3, additional consideration. It reads, in addition to the payments set forth in paragraph 2, within 10 days after Mr. Thompson's execution, by his handwritten signature of this agreement, the city shall, 1, or A, permanently remove from Mr. Thompson's city personnel file and destroy all documents indicating that he was suspended and discharged for any alleged misconduct which led to or is related to his termination from the city on March 29, 2011, and any such documents that are related to the action or the lawsuit that are in Mr. Thompson's personnel file. And B, the second part of this, reclassify Mr. Thompson's separation from his employment with the city and the city's personnel records on Mr. Thompson as a quote-unquote voluntary resignation. So again, for the record, what the city would be voting tonight to agree to do would basically be to clean up his personnel file, to remove any reference that he was suspended and then terminated back in March of 2011, and reclassify his separation from the city in the city's records from being terminated or fired to one of voluntary resignation. And the other, what I'll call relevant provision that was agreed to, and I'll represent that this is fairly standard and routine in some proposed employment cases. This is a mutual non-disparagement provision. This is item number 7. And for the record, that reads, the parties, meaning, of course, Mr. Thompson and the city, mutually agree not to make any disparaging or defamatory statements or remarks about any other party to the agreement, including, without limitation, oral or written comments about Mr. Thompson or about the city or their agents or employees in any manner that is likely to be harmful to any party or his or its personal business or reputation. If the city is required to communicate with any prospective or future employment of Mr. Thompson, the city representative shall only provide Mr. Thompson's date of employment and last positions held and nothing further. Any questions by anyone?
Any questions? Hearing no questions, Evan, move on with the vote.
Yes, sir, that, someone makes, I think someone would have to make a motion and then a second for there to be a vote.
On the motion to approve or reject settlement offer for the Stacy Thompson lawsuit, I need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to reject.
Got a motion to deny. Need a second.
A second.
Got a second. Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. Aye. I say aye. The motion to approve or reject the settlement offer for Stacy Thompson is denied. That puts it down to consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
I say aye. The consent agenda passes. Now that puts us down to new business. First reading, ordinance 2018-14, an ordinance to amend Title 8, Chapter 1, Section 8-110 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding the hours of sale of packaged liquor stores. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve, need a second.
I second.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. Alderman Cole.
Aye.
I say aye. First reading ordinance 2018-14 is approved. Number 9, first reading ordinance 2018-15, an ordinance to amend the Title 12 of the of the Laverne Municipal Code by adding a new Chapter 13 regarding the Construction Board and Adjustment Appeals. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve, need a second.
Second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
I say aye. Ordinance 2018-15 passes.
I have a question on directed to Bruce. Bruce, on estimate, how long does that take to get that board up and running?
Well, the board is actually already in existence,
It just has to be
so we're just putting the regulations in place. Now, we may have to make some adjustments to that depending on the membership of those who live in the city. I think there may be one member that does not live in the city, so we will have to address that. But other than that, you know, once we get the regulations approved, they'll be in place. The board's already in place now.
This is the board that don't meet on a regular basis.
Right, they might meet once every 2 or 3 years at the most.
Number 10, first reading ordinance 2018-16, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2017-2018 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion, need a second.
I second.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
I say aye. Ordinance 2018-16 is approved. That puts it down to number 11. First reading, ordinance 2018-17, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2017-2018 Parks Capital Project Fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion, need a second.
Second.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
I say aye. Ordinance 2018-17 passes. Now we're down to number 12. This is a resolution 2018-11, a resolution to write off water department bad debts. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve, need a second.
Second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
I say aye. Resolution 2018-11 is approved. Puts it down to 13. This is another resolution 2018-12, a resolution to authorize the mayor to execute a amendment to the ground site lease agreement with SBA Towers 4 LLC for the cell tower located at Fire Station 3. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
I say aye, so resolution 2018-12 passes. Now we're down to number 14, appoint or remove board members. Bruce?
Yes, sir. The first one is the Planning Commission. There's one term vacant. We do have one applicant, and that is Dale Holmes. The mayor makes this appointment. There's no action required by the board other than the mayor making the appointment.
I appoint Dale Holmes to the Planning Commission. Next.
Second item is the Beer Board. We have 2 vacancies on the Beer Board, and we have 2 applicants. The 2 applicants are Jimmy Favorman and Isabella Williams.
Need a motion to appoint Mr. Faberman or Mrs. Williams.
Motion to appoint both.
I got a motion to appoint Jimmy Faberman and Isabella Williams. Need a second.
I second.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
I say aye. Mr. Faberman and Mrs. Williams is on the beer board. That puts us down to number 15. Motion to approve or to reject a settlement offer for the Michael Mullins lawsuit. And they, need a motion to approve or deny. Do we need somebody to speak on this matter?
Mayor, I will. You recall in the executive session, we met with the lawyer who represents the city in that lawsuit, and she presented a letter from the plaintiff's lawyer with terms that he requested to settle the case. Those terms were not economic terms. They were, I think, a cleansing of his employee file and a letter of good standing and a non-disparagement clause in exchange for dismissing his lawsuit. And that was the offer that was presented.
A motion to approve or deny?
Motion to deny.
Got a motion to deny. I need a second.
I second.
Alderman Cole.
Aye.
Alderman Brown.
Aye.
Alderman Jones. I say aye. The motion to approve or reject the settlement for the Michael Mullins law case is denied. Anything else we need to do?
No, sir.
Everything good?
Yes,
So
sir.
that puts us down to mayor and alderman comments. Alderman Cole.
I just want to take a moment to thank Michael Jolly for his years of service on the beer board. He's moving outside the city, but his contributions are definitely appreciated. And just remember the summer reading program. I know that first day it was packed with people signing up. Thank you.
Alderman Brown.
I would just like to remind everybody, just be really careful when you're driving. Watch out for motorcycles. Kids are out of school now. There might be kids playing in or near the street. So just be extra diligent to make sure that you're paying attention, please.
Alderman Jones.
I'd like to ask everyone to just be cognizant of your surroundings. A lot of stuff is happening out there that's really not good. So just be a little bit more cognizant of your surroundings.
Apologize for my breathing. I cut the grass this afternoon and my sinus locked up. I've been breathing out of my nose all night. But keep the prayers in the Puckett family for their loss. And we finally got lights at Hurricane Creek boat ramp. I was out there the night before last, about dark, and it makes a big difference having lights out there. We after 50 years, we finally got lights out there, and I think a number of people helped get them, and I appreciate it. But it might have took 50 years to get them, but we finally got them, and I know the people that goes out there at dark is going to appreciate them very much. And this Saturday, June the 9th, I'm having the coffee with the mayor at Dunkin' Donut in Laverne. It's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Laverne invite you, and my guest is going to be Ricky McCormick. Welcome everybody to come out. And then again, Saturday, June 23rd, we're having the historic preservation celebration. We're having it here at City Hall because y'all have turned my civic auditorium into a fire admin building. So shame on you, Ricky. But we're having it here at City Hall. We're going to have a big celebration and welcome everybody here. And that's Saturday, June 23rd. And that's here at City Hall. And it's going to be from 11 to 3. And AC, I think we're going to have the same, pretty well the same bunch we had last year at the 45th celebration back at the multi-purpose building.
Yeah, a lot of the same ones.
Hopefully have more.
Yeah, I think so. Out front here, more visible too, probably get a lot of stop traffic, just riding by and seeing.
We're going to have the guy cooking the beans and the balloon guy maybe.
And we're having blacksmith this time too.
Blacksmith, well, that's good. We're going to have a lot of historic stuff. And actually, we always have plenty of artifacts and pictures. And each year it gets bigger and bigger and more. So come on out, and we'll glad to see you. And that's all I've got. So I'm going to call this meeting adjourned.